Welcome everybody to a video called... Now let me try and think of a video title. I guess I'll think of a video title once I'm underway. In the meantime, I'd like to... Before I welcome you to this video, I'd like you to welcome you to this server. It's called Lifeboat. I live in Australia. It's the server that gives me this ping. It's not necessarily the best server. I think that one of the other ones is better. Yeah, this is what I actually look like. I've got some nice Knuckles shirt. But for some reason this game was like, forget that. We're giving you this skin. We're going to start off with some... I'm going to do that later. I'm going to start off with some survival games. Now, the reason I wanted to make this video is because I want to try some style mimicry of different people who I thought made cool videos. And the style that I'm mimicking right now is the style of getting and loading into a game and just, you know, doing it live commentary while doing it. About just unrelated stuff to what I'm playing. Why does this not worked? Solo. Oh, here we go. Alright. Yeah, so what I wanted to talk about was a very current affair, Technoblade. Technoblade is a very cool channel. It's also a person who is no longer with us. I don't want the sole purpose of the video. I don't want my sole thing that I've been talking about to be about Technoblade. But it's this style of video that I hope to create more of in the future is definitely inspired by him. I really like the idea with YouTube of making a plan and making some edits and having some footage that I'm really proud of, and then making some edits that I'm really proud of and sitting down. But I really need to be in the right zone for that, and I have not been in the zone on that for a while. With the last video I created, I was kind of waiting too long to be in that zone so that I could sit down and make an edit I was really proud of. And with the last video, I'm not unhappy with that video, but I'm not proud of it. And I think I just need to lower my standards for an upload, because my standard is having fun. I don't need to be proud of, like, every video doesn't need to be a work of art that I can go back and admire and learn more about myself through. No, each video I started a YouTube channel because I wanted to, you know, play games and have fun, and that's what I can do right now. I forgot you can shift click. I was about to say I forgot you can't shift click. Let's just ruin this person's day and steal everything. And now you may be noticed. I am right now. Oh, you also can't shift click stuff into your. Talk about more about that later. You can't shift click stuff to your hotbar. Or you can't hotkey stuff. I'm not even making sense. Anyway, basically, I'm a Java player, and you may be wondering why I'm playing Bedrock, and the answer is right in front of you. Look, a Bedrock. Look at this guy. He's trying to break wood in a survival games. He's trying to punch a tree to get wood. Like, this guy doesn't even know what he's doing. So yeah, I'm a Java player, but the current meta in Bedrock is that, like, people just drop like flies. Like, I would say I'm an average Hypixel player, and I am here on a Bedrock server, like an average, below average, like mid-tier Hypixel player, and I am like dominating a lot of these servers, unless there's cheaters who, of course, dominate even more than me, because the anti-cheat on these servers are worse than Hypixel's, if you can believe it. I know it might be hard for some of you to accept, but yes, bad anti-cheats do exist. Like, really, really bad anti-cheats exist. Yeah, so is this fun? Yes. Is this challenging and worthwhile? Any other different question, please? Basically, like, well, part of Technoblade's, if I'm not trying to like copy him to try and get success. I'm not trying to follow in his footsteps exactly, but the idea was watching his videos was something that was always very enjoyable for me, and I always was amazed at how seamlessly he managed to talk about stuff and simultaneously have a good time in a game. And the reason I chose this particular game mode to do that is because this is really easy for me to play. and hopefully it'll be entertaining to watch. Like, you probably don't want to see me lose all the time. Obviously, I won't do videos like this all the time because it'll get a bit boring of me winning all the time. However, I can just talk. Like, I'm just freed up to talk while I do this, and so I thought, why not? And you know, this channel really is about me. Like, I'm not monetized. I don't really need to care about other people's opinions about my videos. I'm doing this for me right now, and unless that changes, I'm just gonna be making videos on whatever the hell I want, and I'm having a ball. And yeah. So if no one watches this video, so be it. Like, it was. Never really about you. That guy was actually knowing what he was doing. There you go. I underestimated them. And so we're going to play that one again. I should have strafed. Anyway, enough about Technoblade. Let's talk about video games. So, what sort of video games do I like? Well, primarily single player, which may surprise you because I think I've made like 2 games where I was playing by myself. Or, 2 videos rather, where I've been playing by myself on this channel. One was like an RL craft video. One of them was like a Undertale Sans fight bad time simulator, which was not actually Undertale. It was a simulator, an Undertale simulator online. But yeah, most of my gaming that I've done has been single player. It's only since 2020 when my friend Big Boy got me into TF2, and he also got me into Hypixel. So my involvement on video games online is basically solely because of him. Well, not solely because of him, but he's like the reason I got into it as much as I did. Can we please shift click? Is that a thing that we're able to do? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't actually know if those are any. Why did I accidentally do that? Doesn't matter. Oh no, my taskbar has come up. Hang on, let me just get my taskbar out of the way. Okay. Yeah, basically. Yeah, I like a lot of single-player games, so hopefully down the track, I will be playing a lot of single-player games. The thing about single-player games is they're really boring to edit, because, like, it's like reading a book, and, like, imagine, I guess the analogy that I'm going to create is, say you are a publisher, in charge of creating an abridged, version of a book, because an abridged version of a book basically is what me editing a video of me playing a single player game is. Like, I'm showing you an abridged experience of what me playing the game was. Like, I'm like, it's basically a highlights, really. Like, I'm not gonna, unless I'm doing a live stream, which is kind of not completely you know, it's not completely no chance of that, but also, like, it's not really something I'm ready to do at my current point. Anyway, like, so what is this guy doing? Anyway, I like single players, but they don't really make good YouTube content for me because they're not interesting to edit. They're really interesting to play, so a lot of my single player playing, I'll just play it and I won't put it on YouTube, because that's more fun for me. Also, as it is with multiplayer content, I find I have too much. He just dropped his flint and steel, lol. Or she. I have too much content as it is, and by content I mean just footage, so which is why I resorted to creating a footage channel and just basically dumping it there so that my poor hard drive doesn't have to keep it all on it. Yeah, so now that we've got talked about, you know, what sort of games, single player games, what sort of single player games? Well, I cannot speak for, I don't like to generalize, like, people talk about, oh, I like this sort of game, or I like that sort of game. I can just tell you about, like, what sort of games I have liked and what sort of games I haven't liked. I have not played heaps of games. I'll tell you, I can't generalize about what I will like or what I won't like, but I can generalize about what I have liked, and a lot of them have just been indie games. Like, the only The only AAA single player game I've played is or two. They're both Nintendo ones. I'd say that Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild are both AAA single player games. But yeah, no, mostly just like 2D Mario, which I wouldn't consider AAA, even though it's made by a AAA company. Nintendo. Starbound is basically my favorite, all-time favorite game of all time. What is that? That is basically Terraria in space. If you don't know what Terraria is, it's basically 2D Minecraft. So, 2D Minecraft in space. One of my favorite games. Probably because I liked Minecraft so much. Minecraft was like an early favorite for me. I got like, I became like a very low tier Minecraft player very early on. And what I mean by low tier is like I'd be playing a lot of just like, really lowbrow stuff. Like I'm gonna, make a little farm. We are gonna make a little farm, have some cows and sheep, all that good stuff. It's like, it's all good fun, It doesn't really accomplish anything, but it's like I used to play on peaceful mode on my family's iPad. That was my predominant Minecraft playing experience. Then I went from that to playing Starbound on PC. So a lot of the early days of me playing games, like when I was a child, it was like by child I mean like before I was a teenager. It was either one of the following. It was iPad games, and Minecraft was one of those. Well, just mobile games, but I'd play them on an iPad, and it was just this one iPad my family had. Or a couple of DS games, a couple of Wii games, and by a couple of DS games, I mean like Skylanders on the 2DS, and by a couple of Wii games, I mean Wii Sport, because there's a couple of both of those. I mean like there's 2 Wii Sport games. And I played Starbound. That was like the games I played. Like I got my Steam account to play Starbound. Like that was why I now have Steam. I mean, I'm sure later down the track I would have gotten it anyway for some of the other games I have now. So that was my childhood with gaming. And since then, I'd only got, into more single player games. I have not really expanded my horizons when it comes to multiplayer games. Like I kind of play games for a couple of different reasons. One, if it appeals to me, and like most of those are just single player games. Like if I see a game and like look at game and said game is like that game looks cool to play, or that game the guy I'm watching play that game looks like he's having fun. Yeah, if that sort of thing happens, then I'll be like, I'm gonna get that game. Or alternatively, if like someone gets me into it, so like TF2, Minecraft games online. Oh, this guy seems a bit sus. I might just be imagining things, but this guy does seem to be a little bit illegit. Yeah, so that's why I now am the proud owner of Titanfall 2 and Rainbow Six Siege, games that I only really... Okay. So this is just how we fight. I thought that was like below the belt to use flint and steel, but these guys have been playing a little bit too much Steve from Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, nah. Dude, where I'm from in got a couple of good hits on me. I'm getting wrecked. I'm getting smoked, man. That's good though. It's good that I'm being challenged. I came here expecting, easy victory, and good thing I was mistaken. Puts the wind up me a bit. Let's see if we can third party here a little bit. Well, let's go. We got the kill. That's a little bit annoying. That probably might have lost me the game. I can't deal with this. I hit him. Okay, we just have to not get hit on fire. Oh. Or just, do the opposite to our opponent. This guy is either really, really good or he's cheating really hard right now. Yes, but as you can tell, I enjoyed that. Even though it was like really easy at the end and then really hard at the end. Really easy at the start and really hard at the end. I enjoyed that. Enough on this server. Let's actually go do where the big boys are. Let's try to win some games in the I think it was Mineplex. I think it was Mineplex that I played on, and it had Mineplex has if it's the server I'm thinking of, it has really good Skywars. I haven't won a game yet, but I intend to, and see what happens. The ping does not seem that good, though, so that might be a deal breaker. Oh man, this is horrendous. This is the server I was thinking of. So let's see how an actual game goes. Oh no, this is not looking promising. Oh, this is looking a little bit more promising. Alright, let's talk about something else. Video games. That's all I'm good for. Actually, let's focus a little bit. So, I've never really been that into Skywars as opposed to Bed Wars, mainly because, well, oh yeah, and you can also do this in... Oh, I failed it. I'm out of practice, but you can do this if you can just click fast enough. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Oh no. But yeah, I kind of got baited there. I clicked the wrong block. I've always preferred Bed Wars to Sky Wars because there is resource management in both of them, and I prefer the resource management in Bed Wars to the resource management in Sky Wars. Primarily because in Sky Wars you're always on the run. You're always like on a kerfuffle to try and get really good stuff, the best stuff you can, and I feel like there's a lot of, because of that, there's a lot of inventory management, and I really detest like any form of inventory management, especially on, for some reason, when I play on this particular game, like it on Bed Wars, Bedrock, it like it takes ages to open the inventory sometimes. Like I click it and it doesn't seem to want to open. Why did that happen? Well, I'm dead now. Oh. I probably pressed escape or something. Anyway. Yeah, so, I'm not even making sense, man. I think I should just focus on the game if I'm gonna be making as little sense as I am. Hopefully you know what I mean. If not... too bad, I guess. Oh yes, we still haven't come up with a name for this video. Well, you guys have the benefit of retrospect in the sense that you clicked on this. If you are watching this video now, you clicked on it, or you can, move the mouse around to see what the title is if you didn't know already. But me, in the current state, I have to come up with a title for this name because everyone knows the title is the most important part of a video. Not, but I do want to at least come up with a video name, and I'm going to be calling this yeah, I still don't know. I'm gonna call this... Why am I where I am? Let's see if we can last longer than like 2 seconds this game. Don't mind if I do. Oh yeah, I just clicked my inventory open button, it didn't work. Hopefully there's no one converging on my approximate location right now. Oh, there's a guy there. Let's see if we can take them by surprise. He took himself by surprise. There's a guy over there. Yeah, this guy's not the worst. This guy's pretty good, yeah. That guy had the benefit of having good ping. Yeah, me getting better at this is something to work on. So I will do that. Something that that actually is really interesting about playing multiplayer games versus playing single player games is in single player games I am conditioned to a lot of losing. Take Cuphead, for instance, one of my favorite games. You lose a lot. Like I lost a lot more in that than I won. In the sense that, forget me, I lost so much because you die and you know you have 50 plus deaths, and then you eventually beat the boss. You could argue that along the way you have small victories of progression. But what I mean is, like, winning is actually, you know, beating your opponent. And so, like, that's why I'm not really that ragey about... Guess we're not playing on live, but... That's why I'm not that ragey about losing. Well, guys, I'm going to call this video the next thing that pops into my head, which is... part of me wants to say mangrove PvP, because that was the next thing that pumped into my head because of all the mangrove trees here. I'm not going to call that. I'm going to call it, man talks like a kid. Yeah, I'll call it that, because I just, you know, spat it off some random thing. Imagine you're like my big cousin or uncle or aunt, and like, you had to hang out with me for, you know, 30 odd minutes, and like, I just had all this random stuff I wanted to tell you, because you're the obliging, nice relative that you are, you did. That sounded better in my head. No, it doesn't sound good at all. But yeah, that was why I called it this. Before I go, there is one last thing I wanted to do. Little thing I made to the tune of Alexander Hamilton's song. It's just not the whole song, just as much as I can think of, and hope you enjoy. How does a random, nameless son of a beauty and a greatness, who hopped on a web full of love and hate, less the man of clickbait, more of one amongst 3 billion, just another, choose being a gamer over a scholar? The 420 subscriber school is not a tool at channel's not fooler, by being a lot cooler. He's no bait dependent fooler, but still he got the moolah. By 21, he went full time and quit his schooler. Well, the word got around. They said, this kid's insane, man. Gave him the attention to send him to the fame land. Forget your education. You go ride that YouTube train, and the web's gonna know your name. What's your name, man? Alexander Technoblade. My name is Alexander Technoblade, and there's a million vids I haven't made. But just you wait. Just you wait. His channel now is monetized. See if you can spot him. Another content maker coming up from the bottom. The 99% was winning out, but he still topped them. His siblings, we grew up with him. Parents, me. I raised him. YouTubers, me. I played with him. Fans, me. I watched him, and cancer/death, and me. I'm the damn disease that got him. There's a million things he hasn't done, but it's too late, it's too late. Alexander Technoblade. All we can do now is do the things he couldn't do. We have to make the most of the things they couldn't do. It's like when anyone dies. You have to live life for them. Live life to your fullest, because they couldn't, because theirs was cut short. And here I am, lecturing you about it while playing Minecraft. Well, actually just on the Minecraft main screen. Hope you got something out of that. I do feel like, if you indulge me just a little bit further, there's a few bits I have to explain about that little rhyme. Son of a beauty and a greatness. In the original song it says, son of a something and a Scotsman, so it's talking about heritage. We know nothing about Technoblade's parents, but, you know, I'm assuming Technoblade's mother is a beauty. I'm Australian, so beauty doesn't actually mean beautiful necessarily. A beauty can just mean something great. you know, it's like, you know, that's a beauty, mate. Good on you, mate. You're a beauty, sort of thing. And a greatness. Well, I mean, I've heard from Technoblade's dad, he is a greatness, and even vice versa. If you want, the dad could be the beauty, and the mum could be the greatness. The other thing I need to explain is among 3 billion, just another. So, back in 2014, when he started YouTube, the estimated number of users of the internet was 3 billion. That's what I meant by that. And 420 subscriber schooler, so he was in high school, and he made a video announcing that when he had, you know, 420 subscribers, and also it's the funny number, so that's why I use that number. The other bit I need to explain is the 99% was winning out, but still he topped them. So there's a fallacy, I forgot the name of the fallacy, or there's like a Murphy's Law, but not by Mercy, that 99% of stuff is trash. And what I meant by the 99% was winning out, I mean, just look at YouTube trending these days, man. Like, most of it is just trash. That's what I mean by the 99% was winning out. Like, you know, the percentage of content that's pretty terrible. And Technoblade is obviously not among them. So he topped the stuff that was getting attention even though it was trash, which is, you know, not just name any names, but basically just, you know, 99% of YouTube trending section that is winning out. Yeah. Neo, peace out.